I've been saying this for a long time, which is anybody who could figure out how to employ the stay-at-home mom workforce is going to make billions of dollars. So if you just work backwards from, there's a bunch of moms who are at home. They want to earn a little extra income. Doesn't have to be a ton. They want to maintain flexibility of being able to stay at home and work not like necessarily a fixed number of full-time hours or the same hours every day. Who can solve that problem? And there's only one example that I know of that's solving that problem. I don't know if you know any.
For moms?
Yeah.
Maybe uservoice.com. I think they do it.
UserTesting.
UserTesting.com.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, is it really?
My mom worked for them. Yeah. So.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I knew about it.
What a random thing that we both knew that. So I would say, so UserTesting.com is an amazing company, by the way. So you just pay someone to like go through your website. They just went
public, by the way. And how cool is this? They just went public, and my mom was like,
say what it is.
So UserTesting, basically it's a service where I have an app or a website. I want to know where it's confusing for users. Like the design makes sense to me, but like sure enough, when somebody else is using it, they're confused. They can't find the thing they want.
And they just record your mom like scrolling through the site. So
they have an army of testers, which is just all the requirement is be a normal person. We do not even want you to be highly skilled. Like you're supposed to represent the average customer. So they have a bunch of people. They send them a little camera that records their finger on their phone. Basically, it records them and they just talk out loud. So you give a task. You say find a Christmas gift for your dad and put it into your cart. And they're like, okay, I'm looking for the gifts for dad section. I don't see it. Scrolling. They don't see the button that says menu. Oh, there's the menu. Dad. Oh, it's men's. Okay, I'll click men's. Yeah, I don't get how this is sorted. Oh, this is by new release. And you just talk through what's confusing to you. And that 15-minute video goes to the company, and the company gets to watch it, and they get to share it internally. Their researcher basically shares it with the designer or the engineer.
And they pay like $300 for it, right?
No. Each test is like $25 or $30. And then now it's all switched to subscription. But originally it was like $25, $30 a test. The tester gets $10 for doing the test, and the company kept, $15, $20. And so the tester's like, cool, I could do like 4 of these in an hour. And so a bid would come online. Oh, Chipotle wants you to test their new mobile menu. And you would just have to go quickly say yes. And then you qualify. They're looking for women, age 40 to 55 in the US. And you're like, yeah, great. I qualify. I can take this test.
And that's $1 billion company now. Its market cap is over $1 billion. Did your mom get paid? Did they give her shares?
Yeah, it's awesome. So basically my mom she first started off as a tester. Then she got hired by the company to review the other testers because you have to do quality control. So she became she would watch the tests and give feedback to the testers of hey, your audio sucks, or you're mumbling, or you didn't follow the instructions of the test. One more strike and you're out of the testing pool. And so that was her job. And she was the oldest person in the company, I think. So she was my mom's 63 now. So she just retired this year. So she was there at 62 years old. My mom had Slack and knew how to use all Jira. She knew what a Jira ticket was. It was crazy. My mom, who knew? And she got some shares, and she had always told me should I? And I was like, yeah, you want the shares for sure. And then she would tell me hey, the CEO did an all hands. He said this, and this. Is that good? I'm like, yeah, it sounds good. This company's doing well. I should have bought secondary stock in the company during that time because I had basically inside info of this company's pretty good. This is a good quality company. And I was a user of the service as well. So it goes public the other day, 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, Mom, how many shares do you have? And she looks in Carta. She tells me your shares. I'm like, Mom, you made $150,000 off this.
No way.
And she's like, yeah, because her strike price was super low. She was there for 4 or 5 years. And so I was like, that's amazing. That's my mom was so happy. I never
good for her. That's badass.
Found money.
And so this is why I think this model of who do you want to employ is actually interesting, because it's actually for two reasons. It's motivating. So the fact that they are employing most I have no idea. I'm just gonna make this up. If it's mostly women who stayed at home for a long time and now they want to get back to it, that's incredibly motivating. It's look, we're serving our employees. Yeah, it's very noble. It's cool. Let's say you want to hire ex-cons or something. It's look, this is interesting. Or we're going to hire a bunch of 16-year-olds and it's going to be their first job. We're going to train them how to be men and women and prepare them for the rest of their lives. It's actually incredibly cool. It's fascinating.
There's one, I want to look up the name, give them a shout out here. So it's you hire military wives as EAs.
That's awesome.
It's called...
And it also helps with expectations. So you know what you what's it called?
squared away.
Squared away.
And
That's
it's
cool.
basically a woman. I think her story is that I'm assuming she was in this position. I don't really know. But basically it's military spouses. And I was like, this is a great idea. Because, you know, this is US, these are US employees. They want this work. They, it's great to provide for their family while, you know, the husband's away. I just think it's awesome. And
it helps significantly with expectations, because then user testing knows, all right, we're mostly going to be hiring 60-year-old or 50-year-old women who don't have probably a ton of experience with Slack and Jira. So now we know what we're getting into.
Right. Or we know the processes, we know how to hire. The culture is good. They all get along.
Yeah.
It's like mindedness.
Or if we're hiring a ton of 17-year-old high school kids, like we know, like here's the deficiencies and here's where they kick ass. Right. Or if we're hiring guys out of jail, we know like here's where they're going to struggle, here's where they're not going to struggle. So that's cool.